Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be landing on the moon. And also this is the first video I'm actually talking in, so let me know in the comments what you think and if I should carry on doing videos like this. So for this lander, it's a pretty basic, simple lander. Got some, I'll put the craft file on Steam, and put a link to that in the description so you can use it for yourself. You can put a small payload on the moon for science, stuff like that. At the moment, it's not really. It's just a small thing I put together in a little bit of time. And also, you see, I just added a solid kick stage, and also, it's been stabilized using some Separatrons. It took me some time to get the Separatrons right, to make sure it doesn't explode as my first one did. I do not want to talk about that one. But now it's working fine. And also, if you saw, I'm getting behind track here. If you saw, I've actually created a series of rockets and the Ares 1 series. And I'm using the Ares 1-4 or Ares I-4. And I'm just quickly editing the fairing a bit. And if you were wondering why I was typing into the description, we're launching. I really need to talk a bit better. So what I was typing about the description was Inspiration 1. Launched on Ares I-4, the scientific lander follows up on the Inspiration 0 mission, which even though successfully landed on the moon, it landed harder than expected, citing a minor redesign to the propulsion system. And also, there's another thing about this that you'll see later, so just wait a bit And so we have a nice cinematic shot here, engine flame out, stage separation, and fairing deploy. I forgot to turn clamshell deploy on, so sorry about that for the OCD people who like that stuff. And yeah, so the Ares I series or Ares 1 series, it's a pretty basic series. I've put some comsats into polar orbit using it, and also the Inspiration 0 mission also launched in it. But the Inspiration 0 mission used one spark engine, which was way too overpowered and caused some serious issues, explosions, etc. Numerous quick saves and quick loads. But instead of that, this time now we've just got 4 spiders. And also, if you saw a crossfade there, it took me ages to get that maneuver node, and because I messed it up. I'm still relatively new to the game, so I'm still mess up occasionally, so yeah. And also, if you saw a launch from the desert launch site, I think it's a nice launch site to use. I think, in my opinion, it's a bit underrated. So now we are doing the maneuver node burn, and if you see I've got a bit of an inclination there, it's just to get a polar orbit, and also it was the best way I could get a close encounter to the moon without having to do some large course correction burns, which, if you notice, this does not really have the capability to do that. So, if you may have noticed, I put an RCS tank on, but where's the RCS? Yeah, I forgot to put RCS on, but I was so far into the mission, it wasn't a problem anyways. So I know that I looked at the mines and how it had a burn time of 49 seconds, so at around about 24 seconds until periapsis, I fired the Separatrons to spin it, and then fired this mite, and it works pretty well. Gets the probe almost into an orbit, and then just completes its orbit using its own propulsion system. I've speeded up quite a bit, so don't worry if you think it'll spin way too fast. Now it's back at normal speed. And then the slow down the engine's fire doesn't slow it down completely, because sometimes I forget to turn SAS off before doing that, so it's quite often ends up just trying to cancel out the rotation as quickly as possible. So then now I'm just completing the orbit there. It's a rather highly elliptical orbit, and now round about here I'm gonna start the first of the 2 landing burns. There might be more, I can't quite remember, but yeah. So then I think, yeah, see, I had a quick cut there where it's going to be 3 landing zones, I remember now. Sorry, I'm just being a bit silly. So the lander, it has an antenna to communicate back with the KSC, landing engines, RCS tanks, solar panels, battery capacity, and SAS wheels to make sure that to supplement the RCS. Well, it was going to supplement the RCS if I actually had RCS. Now it just controls the whole craft. So, while the thing might not have quite enough power to transmit an experiment back to Kerbin, and see there's a second landing, there's a first burn shutdown, and now second burn shutdown, and now we are going to finally do the landing. Yay, let's go. So this definitely has plenty of excess fuel to land on the Mun, and it's also very easily controllable to land pretty easily, and in my opinion it also looks pretty cool. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. So, and then you can see a little crater thing there that we're landing near. Unfortunately, since I didn't have a scanner, it's kind of not very useful landing next to that crater. And also, the reason I chose the spiders is they have a very good throttle capability. Well, all the engines in KSP do. But it's relatively easy to land with them. And we're coming in for a touchdown, and engine shutdown, and touchdown. Let's just ignore the terrain glitch over there. And then, wow, great view. Definitely a thumbnail shot. And then there's me trying to get it with the sun in the background, or Kerbal, as some people might want to call it. I hit action group 2, I believe, to run the experiments. And since this is a sandbox world playthrough, not kind of pointless, but just the thought that I could carry payloads onto the Mun's surface. Probably could carry a very small rover if I tried, but that could be for a later video. Maybe an upgraded mission. Maybe Inspiration 2. Oh great, now I've just given myself pressure to do a mission. And now, Matt Lounge style zoom out, and soon, and then the end screen, and bye. Have a great day.